Hello everyone, my name is Alexander. I'm a mechanic. Today I'll tell you about different types of the feet for sewing machines. Let's start with these ones. They're used for sewing leather. There are different types of them, of different sizes. I'll show you the most convenient ones. Now I'll show you how to change a foot. You can see that it's not hard. Undo a screw and change a foot. Why do we need these Teflon feet to stitch leather? A regular metal foot doesn't slide on leather. It makes waves. These feet slide easily. I'll show you how it stitches. You can see that it slides without any problems and doesn't make waves. What is very important is that you should stop stitching at the edge of the fabric and pull the thread. Do not continue stitching. Don't do it this way. When you do it, the feeding dogs damage the feet, and it becomes unworkable very fast. This is the only disadvantage of these feet. They are very convenient to work with. They sew not only leather, but also the other fabrics, like the material for some work clothing. Let's move on to the next feet. The next type of the feet I want to show you is one-sided. They're mostly used to stitch zippers, bittings, and to stitch some parts which are hard to get to. They can be both left-sided and right-sided. The choice depends on the side of the item you need to stitch. I want to draw your attention to some details which can help you. It happens sometimes that you buy a foot and it doesn't fit your sewing machine. A needle doesn't get in a hole. You can see it here. It shouldn't happen. It also happens sometimes that a foot fits a machine, but you get a lot of waves on the wrong side. There are different ways to solve this problem. One of them is to saw this foot and polish it. That's what I've done with this one. There are not a lot of options in case of buying a foot which doesn't fit your sewing machine. You can either go to a shop and exchange it, hoping that another one will fit, or sew it the way I did. I've made this hole bigger, so that now a needle doesn't touch the foot when stitching. You can see that now I sew without any problems. There are no waves on the wrong side either. If everything is okay when you are stitching with a regular foot, but you have problems when working with the other teeth, do not hurry to call a mechanic. Try adjusting the feet. Now I'll show you one of the ways to use this foot. Such foot can stitch a zipper very close to the fastener itself. You can't do it with a regular foot. The seam is perfect and the zipper is stitched. What I also want to tell you is that the feet with the same number and the same producer can be different. You can buy 3 different feet with the same parameters and only one of them will fit your sewing machine. I don't know why it happens. Buying the feet reminds me of a lottery. It's either win or lose. Let's move on to the next type of the feet. Feet for invisible zippers. They can be of different forms and sizes. They can be bigger or smaller, deeper or narrower. The choice of a foot depends on the zipper you need to stitch. I'll use this one as an example. I want to draw your attention to the fact that a needle should be right in the middle of a hole. Be very attentive. It's very important. You can see an almost perfect example now. It's a rare thing. If the needle is not in the very center, you can try to fix it. In this machine there's a screw which can help you do it. I think I'll show you how to do it more thoroughly, for you to be able to do it on your sewing machines. You can adjust any foot this way. It won't help you move it back or forth. You can just move a foot a bit towards right or left this way. This is the screw we need. These two just hold this plate. If you undo it, you can turn the foot and make a needle be right in the middle of a hole. The main thing is that you shouldn't raise a foot when adjusting it. Undo the screw, adjust the foot, and tighten the screw back up. Let's try stitching. I'm not going to show you the whole process. I just want to show you how to work with this foot. You need to fix a foot this way and start stitching. This is how you should stitch the other side of the zipper. You've just seen me stitching an invisible zipper, having no experience as a tailor. It's not hard to do. I stretched the fabric for you to see that the seams are even. If the needle is not in the middle of the hole, the seams won't be even. That's why it's so important to adjust it. You can see that the stitching is perfect. If you get waves, you should either change a foot or try to adjust this one by sewing this part of it a bit. Let's put a regular foot back in. You can see that it doesn't reach the feed dogs. It happened because I've raised the foot when the screw was undone. That's why I've told you not to do it. To fix it, you need to undo a screw once again. A foot will get in place automatically. Adjust it and then tighten the screw up. Next, I want to show you such foot for top stitching. This one is 4 mm wide. They can be of different width, from 1 to 10 mm. The design is the same. I'll show you how to work with it. Let's see if the needle fits the foot. I recommend you always checking if a needle is in the right position and if all the details match before stitching. This is how you should use this foot. The edge of the fabric should be very close to this part of the foot. Using this foot, you can stitch fast without worrying. A seam will always be accurate. You can also stitch the seams which are not on the edge this way. This is how you should do it. I like this fit. Easy, fast and accurate. This is one more foot for top stitching. This is a foot with a ruler. It's very easy to adjust it with this screw to a needed width, from 5 mm to 5 cm. I'm a mechanic, so I like the sewing machines to be clean. You should open a sewing machine time after time to clean it inside. I love it when I open a sewing machine and it's clean. If you don't do it, don't expect it to work properly. It's not hard to clean a sewing machine. There are just 3 screws and there's the only way to close the machine. Do it once in 2 or 3 months. This will be enough. That's all for today. I've showed you the mostly used feet for sewing machines. Of course, these are not the only types of them. Thank you for your attention. My name is Alexander. Subscribe to this channel. Goodbye.